Hello, D-Rock here. Welcome to the channel. Hope you all are well. So it's almost a year to the date, almost, of my review of the on-rope descent size rope bag. So this is going to be a follow-up review, and I'm just going to go over a couple things that I found with the bag and that it has surprised me. So let's get going. So let me just say this now, I'm not being paid to review the bag. I actually bought the bag with my own money. So when I would go through the canyons with this bag, I wouldn't be slamming against the sides of the canyon walls or doing anything that would just damage the bag. I mean, I used it like I would any other bag because I spent my own money and I obviously want the bag to last, which I believe is $60. And I used it under normal circumstances. I didn't go to extreme with it, so take that as you may. I started with this bag. The first time I used it was Dothraki Canyon, and I used the bag all the way up until this is back in 2019. I think it was April 2019, and I used the bag through the entire year up until the last canyon, which was, oh, what was it? I just put it up. Keyhole Canyon, just a couple days ago, which was March 20-something, 2020. So she's got a year under her belt. In the original review, I was concerned about this mesh bottom here. That, you know, if it tore, it'd compromise the entire bag. And I mean, it doesn't, it's got no, there's some couple spots, little spots that are showing, but it hasn't torn at all. And let me tell you, I have chucked this thing over 100 to 200 foot drops, chucked it down the canyon. I mean, I've tossed this thing continually, and this mesh here has held up superbly. I'd say I might be able to get another year out of it. I'm being generous, of course, but you know, it's really holding up. And the stitching has not come apart at all. Everything's held together very well. One thing that I think originally this was out, this would stay out pretty good, but it's kind of coming in on itself. It's lost that strength, so to speak, but that's all right. There's no ripping, no tearing in the bag whatsoever. I mean, it's held up incredibly well. Got a little fraying right there, but nothing too big. Made in the USA, in Arizona, if I'm not mistaken. Gotta love that. Bottom of the bag, doing well, doing well. Everything's looking pretty good. Inside the bag, I mean, it's dang near spotless in there. All the tabs are still secure in there. Nothing's ripped out. I mean, I'm very impressed. The drawstring, even that's still there, still working very well. Got some rain moving in, so I might have to move up on the porch here. I'm just really surprised that the whole thing is held together as well as it has. So it's definitely a happy surprise, that's for sure. So everything's stuck together remarkably well, and I could say I probably was a little wrong about this here. I mean, it had my suspicions for sure, because if it did fail, that's the bag. But I mean, it's held together. It's just nothing. So that's pretty cool. So a few weeks ago, I did Cherry Canyon with some friends. I brought the bag with me, and one of my friends brought a different diameter rope than what I usually carry in the bag. I pretty much carry 9mm. That's my preferred diameter rope. He had a 9.2, and it barely fit to the bag, 200 feet. So I hadn't thought about that when I was doing the initial review. I know a lot of people rock 8mm. I prefer 9mm, but I didn't realize how much more 9.2mm would take up, and it really took up a lot in the bag. So I'll show you the difference between a 9mm and a 9.2 in the bag. All right, well, this is what the bag looks like with 200 feet of 9mm rope in. I mean, it's stuffed. It's full. So let's have a look at what it looks like with 200 feet of 9.2mm rope. All right. So just so you know, the rope I just put in is 9.2 Imlay rope, and it made it, of course, but just barely. So now that I'm doing this, just to satisfy my own curiosity, there's the 200 feet of 9mm. I've got some more 9mm here. I'm going to see if I can get 220 feet of 9mm in that bag, just to see how much it'll hold. Why not? We're on this road together now. All right, well, there's 200 feet in there. I've still got ample room. I really smashed it down, so let's count out 20 more feet. 5, 10, 15, 20. Let's go 25. Why not? There we go, 25 right there. I got 25 in. Let's get the rest in. Huh, how about that? Here. That's roughly 250 feet of 9mm canyoneering rope. That's pretty cool. I don't think I can get 250 feet of 9.2mm rope in this bag, but it does do 250 feet of 9mm. Not bad at all. While we're on this path, might as well see how much 9.2mm rope we can stuff in the bag. Okay, there's 200 feet of the 9.2 Imlay rope, and then I've got another 100-foot cut of the 9.2 Imlay. This, of course, is a little newer, as you can tell. Well, this is 200 feet stuffed. Get a little better on this one than the last stuffing. I really jammed this stuff in there, so I've got a little bit of room. I mean, you know, geez, I might get 220 in there. So there's 200, and I'll start and measure some of this out and see what we can get in there. Now, this cutter rope is new, or newer, I should say. I've only used it a few times. 15, 20. All right. Okay, I know that's going to go in, right? It's holding 220. 240. You're pushing it now. Yeah, okay. Alright, so right around 230 or so, it's kaput. There you have it. All right, well, the bag is stuffed, so we'll just give it a once over. Nice. And if you're wondering about the shoulder straps, or shoulder strap, I'm sorry, just clips in right where the handle is. Just like that. And you can just sling this thing. Voila. So after a year of use, I'm still impressed with the bag, happy with the purchase, and hopefully I'll get another year of use out of it. So at this point, I want to share a few clips of the bag in use. The first one's going to be from Dothraki Canyon, and the second one's going to be from Portal Canyon, and the third clip will be a bag toss in Rock Canyon. Enjoy. All right, good times. Good times. Finally moving. I got some down climbs. All right, let's see. Looking good on the double fisherman's. Jen, rope's coming down. You ready? Rope coming down. Rope coming down. Sounds like it hit. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. Well, folks, this was a follow-up review for the On Rope descent size bag. Hope you enjoyed it. I was a little impressed as I got into my little testing phase there with the rope stuffing. So I got, what, a little over 250 feet of 9mm stuffed in here, and right at 230 feet of the 9.2mm stuffed in. So I can imagine this bag, you could cram quite a bit of 8mm in there if that's what you're into. As always, thanks for watching. Folks, stay safe, stay healthy out there. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. It really helps the channel. And we'll see you next time. D-Rock out. Adios. Thanks for watching again. So after a year of use, I'm still impressed with the bag.